Hey guys, what's going on? This is Kitty Bit and I'm Morello.
And I'm Sashimi.
And this is our buddy Roxas here. Anyone waiting for Kingdom Hearts coming up knows that name. And if you're wondering, that is who he's named after. So,
Is there any other Roxas?
But outside of Kingdom Hearts, which everyone's excited for, we're still big Xenoblade 2 fans. And we just got Pyra here in. This is the Good Smile Max Factory. This is a 1/7 scale figure by Homura. It was illustrated by Masatsugo Saito. Sculptor was Akimofu, and the paintwork was done by Hajime Akimoto. So, a lot of talent behind this figure. There's a really big, big collaboration. There's also Mythra coming up, and we do have her coming up as well. If you're wondering what that rustling in the background is, the shipping box that she came in is currently packed with a couple kitties.
And a bunch of paper.
Yeah, they're after the paper material. And there's our look at the artwork. We're gonna make sure that we're gonna hope Roxas sticks around with us here. I'm gonna go ahead and get this opened up. He's like, I'm taking up most of your table space, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and scoot. He's a kitty that's good with context. Oh, I've still got a couple bits of tape there.
More tape.
Yep. Anyone that has watched any of our videos knows tape is my mortal enemy. It's an ongoing war of attrition between tape and I. Looks like it's got a backdrop in the box. She's got a very nice, very display-worthy box. Not quite as good as an altar. Anyone that has an altar figure knows that they have the best display boxes that you can get. So we've got our instructions here. And we've got Pyra's in her plastic coffin. We'll just go ahead and put that little diorama back there. We'll show her on that here in just a minute. Yep, we've got more tape. Do we have any more cats nearby?
Roxas is right behind me.
Oh, hey buddy, you are still here.
You want to come back up here? Okay.
What's going on?
Well, he
He's
doesn't like the plastic. It's freaking him out.
You think it was the plastic or maybe the knife?
It could be both. Should have got Stubby down here. He's all that. But I can see the tip of his ear there.
You could probably tap him. You don't want to get in this on here.
Stubby, happy.
Alright, now that we've gotten her free of her pegs, be really careful here. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at the overall Pyra figure before we put her together. For size reference, if you're not familiar with the 1/7, I've actually got fairly big hands. So she's about 8 inches, probably be 9 inches tall after she's on her stand. You can see the Zohar here. You can see the texture in her gloves. The hair is actually quite vibrant, very shiny. She's got a lot of detail to her. They even put the details on the backs of her shoes, the bottoms. She's got a translucent crystal here. So all the crystals are actually clear plastic. The Zohar in the front with the X missing. She's got the space in here behind the gloves, so it's actually not. If I could zoom in there. So she's actually got the gaps, so the hands were separate when they first assembled her. Clear here in the top. Strands here are separate. Alrighty. So let's see if we can go. Let's take a look at the sword. Man, I'd have to say, I kind of, this is what really attracted me to this piece, was how much their liberal use of the translucent or transparent plastic here. The energy is just really cool. It comes off the end here, so it looks just like it did on the front of the collector's case. The one where they've got Rex holding and the blade is straight up. All the pieces here are up and rigid. I mean, look at the detail on it. It's very sharp. Keep it away from the children. We've got her back ribbons here. Back ribbons. Would you call this a cape? It's like a split cape, I think is what it would be.
20% of a cape.
It's the 80% off cape. Left part of the cape elsewhere in another game. They left it in Torna. You've got the backs with the green X. Alright. Here's her stand. That's where her foot's gonna go. They actually have a full metal peg that goes through. Thank God it's metal, because she's actually pretty heavy. Has an embossed Xenoblade 2 on it. And it's red to match her color. Mithra's is going to be, I think it's white or green. Oh, looks like Mithra's is going to be yellow, so that's what the two of them will look like together. We've got a full-size metal peg. It's really close to an Allen wrench. That's going to be holding her up. Looks like that's all that's in the plastic coffin. Time for some assembly. Looks like it'll be really light work. Let's keep her down here. Be really careful with this piece. There we go. Now you see why they added her with metal, because she's got a huge differential as far as the gravity of the figure because of her pose. Without metal, this figure would be in a lot of danger really fast. I'd say she'd maybe have 2 years before she'd be completely warped beyond rescue. You'd have to, like, keep her... You'd probably have to make a custom stand for her, honestly, without the metal, if it were a plastic one, because I think a plastic would bend. There we go. We've snapped in her 80% off cape. And it looks like this is going to be, she's just going to lean into it. I don't see any peg holes on the leg. Let's go ahead and The middle peg is square, so it does have an exact shape to follow. Nice snug fit. Oh, there is a peg actually for it's just in her foot. Alright, so that will be, you'll want to put that peg in first.
Or he just took the metal thing out of the stand and was putting that in.
Yeah. I'm trying to throw it in here. There we go. Yeah, you can just pop it out there, and then it goes right into the stand. There we go. So the metal's going to come up straight into the foot, and it actually goes parallel to the leg with that bend in the middle. I just noticed that actually her earrings are completely separate. Like, that's a lot of detail. The bottom of the hair. The hair is actually layered. Look at that. If the camera will zoom in. There's actually multiple layers for the hair. Alright. So there we have Pyra. Just for the case of visibility, we'll go ahead and put her in her background here. She'll be going into the case here, but I think we're going to have to make a little room for her. I'm not sure where just yet, but we'll figure out some place to put her in there because we're going to need enough room for her and Mithra later on in the year. Well, alright guys, there you have it. For one last look. Probably should have put a more energetic theme from Xenoblade on. I thought it was going to be, should have looked for like one of the towns.
That's pretty though.
It is pretty. If you'd like to see the plastic against the light. Actually looks like energy, so she'd probably be really cool at the top. I think we might throw her up there with some of the magical girls.
Yeah, and sort of where the other chicks are.
Yeah. Nice synergy with this drop they gave her too. It's all very geometric. You can fit her straight onto it and match her up against it. Well, alrighty guys. I hope this has helped you out if you've actually been considering getting the figure. I know the price on it has kind of exploded. Unfortunately, it's not available on AmiAmi.com, which is where we got ours, but we pre-ordered her a year ago, something like that, when they first announced her in Mithra. So we got her like right after she came out. She is pretty high, so if that's the reason you're watching, if you're wondering whether or not you should get her, I hope this has helped you out. Outside of that, hey, if you're new to the channel, likes and subs are completely up to you. But one thing we always ask for on this channel is if it's within your means, consider adopting or rescuing an animal. ASPCA.org, petfinder.com. You can also Google local animal rescue and adoption. And if you can't bring one home due to allergies, living conditions, what have you, then there are other ways to show your love for animals. What are some of those?
You can also go volunteer and still spend time with the guys, or you can donate money, old clothes, blankets. They can use all that stuff. Oh, you like the plastic?
Oh, he ran away. Well, and so if you've got love to give, there's plenty of ways to give that love, plenty of ways to show it to an animal. If you can open your home and heart to one, that would be great, but if not, plenty of other ways. Speaking of love, we love you guys, and we will see you next time. This is Riello.
And Sashimi.
And this is Stubby. Say bye, Stubby. Bye-bye, guys.